I'm trained in family practice. I'm a fellow in the American Academy of Family Physicians, and I have a passion to bring a message that revolves around the importance of sleep with regard to illness. And more specifically, lack of sleep is the most important root cause of what we consider to be illness. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but I'm going to give you a bird's eye picture. First of all, I want to disabuse anyone who thinks that sleep is for rest. Show me your hand if you think sleep is for rest. Quickly, put your hand up. Okay, you're all wrong. Anybody that brings a baby home from the hospital and the baby sleeps for 20 hours a day knows that baby is not resting. That baby is growing. Growing is work. We don't need to grow. We need to make repair, though. And you make repair when you're asleep. If you don't make repair, well, you know where that's going. Sleep is not for rest. It's for rejuvenation and repair. It's that important. There's another thing I want to tell you about very quickly. It's what I call the sick questions, because I'm going to prove to you in just a minute, just 1 minute, prove to you how important lack of sleep is. What you hear from people, you hear from your mother, you hear from doctors, is that stress is what causes illness. That's not true. What I've noticed in my practice, and I noticed over and over, is that people don't get sick when they're stressed. They get sick when the stress is over. So what you're going to do to prove to yourself how important sleep is, you're going to ask yourself, think of your own illness, or maybe someone you know, your child, your wife, husband. Think of the time you had a migraine, you had a flu, you had an illness, appendicitis. Think of anything that you can think of where you were sick as a dog. And then ask yourself the question, the week before you were sick, were you having to push yourself to get something done? Because what I've noticed is that there are certain people in the world who, when they have something they need to do and they put their mind to it, they get extra energy to get it done. And if the wife says, are you doing too much? They say, you know what, I got this. And they push themselves and they get it done. But within 24 hours of getting it done, that's when they become sick. If it was really the stress, they get sick while they're trying to get it done. That never happens. They get sick on Saturday, or they get sick after a busy weekend on Monday when I can go to chill mode now. It's not the stress, it's the lack of sleep. One more thing I'd like to give you. I want you to think of a time when you maybe had a moment where you're in your car, you get out of your car, you look at the skyline, you see the trees, the clouds. Or maybe you sit down to dinner with your children and you're watching your children and they're getting along with each other. Or maybe you look at your house and you say to yourself, this is a good moment. You feel wide awake and alert, and you say to yourself, okay, I may not be the richest guy. I got problems. I've made some mistakes in my life. But those things I did, all of that brought me to this moment, and this is a good moment. And you say to yourself, life is good. Anybody here know what I'm talking about? Come on, show me your hands. Okay. Well, it turns out we've been lied to. Because the name for that feeling is normal. I had a guy tell me, oh yeah, doc, I get that all the time. I get that once a year. No, that feeling is normal. You're supposed to have it every day. If you don't have it every day, then in my practice, when you come down to Silicon Valley and you come in my office and you don't have it every day, you're not well. Something's wrong with you. Because you're supposed to have it every day. And what I'm trying to teach people, and it takes much longer than I have here, is that when you sleep well, and you sleep well each night for a few days in a row, maybe a week, you start having that feeling every day. And when you have that feeling of life is good, your brain says, yeah, boss, life's been good. Life hasn't changed. You're the one who tripped her. Life is the same way it was 5 minutes ago and the same way it was yesterday. You got the same bills, you got the same issues. Life hasn't changed. You're the one that's got a problem. What I'm trying to teach people, and thank you for the few minutes that you've given me, is that sleeping well, or first, sleeping poorly leads to illness. Hope I've established that with the sick question. But sleeping well brings you closer to Spirit. Because in that moment, when you feel like life is good, you recognize your place in the world, and you're not running the show. The Master's running the show.
That's right.
And life's been good. It hasn't changed. Life has always been good because the Master's running the show. But you were tripping because your lack of sleep prevented you from seeing the world the way it really is. At another time, if I get invited back, I'd be glad to tell you how to sleep. But right now, I'm just trying to tell you the importance of sleep. And I appreciate this opportunity. And if I was holding the mic, I'd drop it right now.
All right.
Braxton, could you go get your mother for me? You're probably on.